Secret number 3 is rhythm. Practically nothing is known about rhythm in sports because nobody has ever studied what it is and how it's done in sports. Your rhythm is off when you experience some of the following. For example, when your opponent or the other team changes the pace or flow of the game, either faster or slower, your rhythm will be off. When your opponent or other team changes various speeds of play, which catches you off guard, it keeps you guessing and it prevents you from keeping up with the play. When you react according to whatever pace or speed that your opponent or the other team is using, then you've just fell into their rhythm. And if you stay there, they will beat you. Basic rhythm training is very simple, and the advanced levels can be a little bit more complicated depending on the desired results that you want to achieve in your sport. Once you know rhythm, it enables you to manipulate your opponent or the other team into following your speed, timing, and rhythm that you've started and implemented. If your competition doesn't know about this rhythm training, they'll fall right into your trap without knowing how they've been manipulated or how it's done. Nobody trains rhythm because they don't know or understand it. Basic rhythm is just using different sets of speeds in a certain sequence, which confuses, gets your competition nervous or tense, and enables you to take full control of the situation into your own advantage without the competition knowing what is happening to them or how it's being done to them. When your rhythm is off and your opponent's rhythm is, your opponent's rhythm patterns, let me phrase that again. When your rhythm is off and you are in your opponent's rhythm patterns, it will leave you in such a confused and frustrating place that it will drain all your energy. This is because you don't or won't know how to combat it. And you won't have a single clue of what to do and or what is really happening to you in that situation. Once you learn rhythm, it won't matter how fast you are in your sport, because you'll have the tactical advantage by being able to not only manipulate the situation, but you'll have a sequence of different speeds that will create the advantages for you. This will throw your competition off and give you greater advantage for you to win. Remember this, athletes are either leading or following in any situation. Now I'm going to say it again. Athletes are either leading or following in any situation. Remember, the leader will always lead and the follower will always follow the leader if you don't know what to do and or how to change this sequence. Let me give you an example of this. Haven't you ever seen a player or team take control or flow and rhythm of the game? You've seen that. They have the extra jump, speed, tactics, and this leader or team will manipulate their competition in every way possible. It is usually the one that starts the lead first that will remain the leader unless you know how to change this tactical situation of play to your advantage. Here are the basics of it's like the grade 1 level of rhythm, which basically states that if you are slow and your opponent is fast, you lose. If you are medium speed and your opponent is fast, you lose. If you're at fast speed and your opponent is fast, you have a 50-50 chance of winning unless you know how to use different rhythm of speeds to take advantage of that situation. When you use rhythm, the following will happen. If, for example, if you are using rhythm and your opponent is fast, you win. If you are using rhythm and your opponent is at medium speed, you win. And if you're using rhythm and your opponent is at slow speed, you also win. So If you lead with rhythm, it doesn't matter at what speed your opponent is using, because you will always be leading, because you were always the first with the rhythm. Remember, the leader of the rhythm has a better chance of winning because he or she is first and has the extra time, even a split second, to act and react accordingly to the competition. The basic concepts of rhythm are easy to learn and implement in any sport. Once you know these basics, it's really a lot of fun, because you can manipulate your opponent and the other team in a very ethical and legal way, and they won't have a clue of what's happening to them.